Do you have advice for finding vintage lava lamps? All the ones that I find are over $3,000. Yes, I do. And I debated if I wanted to share them because then I'm competing with more of you buying these lamps, but I love you guys, so I'm gonna tell you my secrets. First off, I've never bought a lamp on Etsy. Nothing against the people on Etsy, but I feel like it's more so people who are like vintage resellers. I just feel like that market is more expensive. My preference personally is I love eBay, OfferUp, and Facebook Marketplace. I'm gonna show all this on eBay specifically just because it's the place that I have bought the most of my lava lamps from, but in theory, all of these principles still apply on those other platforms as well. First off, when you're searching, and this will feel counterintuitive, search the least specific term possible. Instead of searching vintage lava lamps, just search lava lamps and see what comes up. As you can imagine, the more hyper specific you get, the more likely that that person knows exactly what they have and they know what the price is and they're going to charge appropriately for that. I hate to say that I'm like taking advantage of people because it sounds bad, but the best case scenario is you have somebody who's like going through grandma's attic and just has a bunch of lava lamps in there and they don't really know what they have and they're selling them for super cheap. Those are the best scenarios. Am I a bad person for buying those? Maybe, but if I don't, somebody else will. From there, I like to sort it by newly listed because again, that is going to give you the highest likelihood that something super, super cheap of what it comparatively would normally sell for is going to get listed, and you just have to be the first one to like jump on it and buy it right away. On the flip side of newly listed, you can conversely search for auction ending soonest or whatever that's called. Basically what you can try and take advantage of here is if there is an auction that's about to end, particularly if it's ending at kind of a weird time that maybe nobody else is going to like be there to bid it up right at the end, and then you can kind of sneak in and jump in and get that lamp. Also, instead of just looking for lava lamps, I also like to use the term motion lamp, and this again will bring up some more options that maybe if it's just somebody who's throwing it on there might not have known to call it a lava lamp, which is crazy, but I have seen it happen before. That is actually how I got a really good deal on my phone lava lamp. Also, if you're down to do a little DIYing, don't overlook the lamps that are missing caps, have wax problems, or etc, etc. So many of the lamps that I bought have been damaged in some type of way, and because I'm willing to fix them, I get really good deals on them, and then in the end, I'm able to restore it in the way that I want it to be anyway. Finally, if you are really committed to the unique lava lamp game, you gotta set up reminders and you gotta set up filters for it to notify you when like new things come onto the market, or you just have to get in the habit of checking regularly. When rarer stuff does pop up, it typically does not last super long, especially if it is at a more competitive price. So while I don't like to make rash decisions, if you do really want it, you kind of have to act somewhat fast. For instance, this Alice in Wonderland lamp that I have currently been lusting over and have been debating on, even though it is kind of crazily priced. With that said, if you're willing to wait it out, typically you can get an even better deal. A lot of sellers have it set up where if you don't buy an item automatically in a set amount of time, it will automatically send you an offer for a somewhat lower price. Usually it's not anything crazy, but additionally, if you know that an item has been sitting there for weeks or months, reach out to the seller and put in my own bid, and a lot of times they'll accept those just to get it off their shelf. But I hope that helps, and happy lava